Hi guys, it's Ebony Green Living here, and I'm super excited because today I am coming back with another canning video. It's actually my second canning video, and I'm super excited to share. This video was about beans, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a mommy of 5, and I am a plant-based homeschooling family. We're starting a small homestead here, and beans are going to be very much a part of our staples. So recently, the Kneady Homestead did a video where she was talking about Dollar Tree beans, and she was just kind of talking about if it was worth it or not, and did you really save and all those things. And so I want to come and see for myself if you do or if you don't. So I went and I purchased some beans, so I'm going to show you what I purchased, and I'm going to see how much I can get. Now, I typically buy organic cans of beans from Aldi's. They're 79 or 89 cents, depending on if I get it from Aldi's or Lidl. Recently, when I moved to my new home here, which is the home, tour of the new property, beginning of Carlene's cottage, they don't have Aldi's or Lidl's really close by here. So I have to actually travel about an hour there and an hour back to get to Aldi's. And the reason I don't buy other canned beans 95% of the time is because it has a lot of extra ingredients, things I cannot say or pronounce. And so for me, if I can't say it or pronounce it, I don't know what it is. I don't want it in my food, period, point blank. So I love the fact that, according to her, she could get 9 cans of beans, about 9, from one Dollar Tree bag. So I have some bags, and I'm going to see if that is true, because if it is, that's about $8 and some change that I would have spent, and I'm only spending $1. And we typically use 2 cans of beans per meal that I'm doing. So I'm gonna let you guys know if this thing is really real or not. I have nothing to gain. I have nothing to, well, I do got something to gain, but I have nothing to lose, just being raw and real. So let's get it, let's go. So these black beans I got at Walmart, great value. I figure most people have a Walmart nearby, so that's why I'm using that one. And these pinto beans, I think I got at like a ShopRite or something. I got it at a different store, but they're no fancy name. They're both 32 ounces, which is 2 pounds. So I am just simply going to cut and wash these beans. Okay, so I just have my water in my canner. And then back here, I have my boiling water for my beans. Right here, I have my canning jars. This time, I will not forget my bubbler. My first can with me video, I didn't debubble, and I didn't do all of them with vinegar, but I've got it this time. I'm going to debubble. I'm going to wipe my lids with vinegar. And I have this, which is 1/2 a cup, and that's what I'm going to put 1/2 cup of beans into each of these jars. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do pinto beans first. All I did was cut the bag open here. And as you can see, there are some beans that are broken here. And so I'm just gonna go through, Lonnie, honey, and take those out. Once I take those out, I am going to rinse these well. She did mention in her video this is not an approved method of canning, but if it works for her and her large family, it'll work for me and mine. So please, no negativity in my comments. This is just a no soak method that she did, and that I am just doing a response to see if what she said was the truth or not. And you always check, because this is like a stick or a rock or something right here. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's bean. Either way, it looked like something. So I'm just going to finish sorting through these. Alright, now we've got the great value black beans. Just using my beautiful Pioneer Woman knife. And we're just going to do the exact same thing for these. First, pour them out. And then we're going to sort through them to see if there's any foreign objects. If there are any broken beans. And I don't know what other ones have so many broken beans. I've never had so many broken beans before in a batch. So I'm just going to sort through here again, just to be sure. Oh, just saw one. And then go ahead and just take them out. And we're almost ready. Okay, I just want to say, make sure you wash your hands because these beans have like a film, like a dust type thing on me that I got from my beans. And the black beans didn't have many broken ones. Actually, I can kind of hold them. That's pretty much all that I have wasted from this. Let me show you the other ones on the other hand. Okay, so we are going to wash these beans right here. We're all done, so now we're washing these beans right here. Okay, my beans are here. So I'm just gonna start scooping it up. I'm just gonna do, oh, let's get my phone. Just gonna do 1 cup per one. I love making videos because I am a story keeper. I love telling the story. Stories that they can tell, that my family can tell, you know, their children and their children's children about their grandma. And, you know, how when she didn't have a lot of money, how when Daddy had been unemployed, or when she gave up her child care, she was able to still provide for her family. And when others laughed and thought that, you know, she would go under because of her choices, it worked out in a way that she actually thrived. So, I love making these videos, and then I can look back on them and just kind of see my growth, where I was, what I'm doing. Oops, I found the broken one here. So one escaped our hands, or maybe it just happened just now. But nonetheless, I'm just super excited about this journey that I am on, that I have been embarking upon, and we are getting to the last a little bit, so hopefully that'll be okay. Just excited about the stories to tell. So I got all 9 jars filled. Okay, so I didn't want to pour that really big pot of boiling water. So what I figured I would do is just maybe go ahead and get this little doodad to help me out and pour. I know these you leave about 1 inch space. So that's what I am going to do here. That's what I am going to do. So one of these gives me about 3. So let me just get a little bit more of these, and we'll continue to fill them up. Okay, I've got a little bit more water in here. I'm taking my time. And if you hear my kids, I'm sorry. If you want a quiet video, my channel is probably not the best for you because I've got a lot of kids. And I wanted us to move into this property so that my kids could be outside and they could explore and really have a chance to run and play and really be a kid. And that's why we got a cat recently, for those of you who don't know. And we have chickens and our little baby chicks and a few other things, and gardens, and I just really want them to have a special place for them. So I think I am going to have to stop one time to get just a little bit more water, and then we'll be done with that part. Okay, my last go around with the water, and then we can dejar them, wipe them with vinegar, get some lids on them, and that's the end of this phase and this step. So, alrighty. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure there are little to no bubbles. So I'm just going to keep doing this a few times. That one had a little more. You know, I read online, because I was so worried the other day because I had bubbles in my jam, and I read that, you know what, often you'll never get every single bubble. So, you know, don't worry, but just kind of try your very best. So that is the rule of thumb I'm taking, and I'm going to add just one more drop of water to that particular can, because that one Looked like it was just one hair short. Okay guys, I'm super excited. We are getting closer to our last step. So here's my vinegar. Here's my little cloth, and I'm just wetting it, and then I'm just going around the jars. Okay, and now I am just bringing over my lids. They're already cleaned and ready to go. I do have extra just in case I needed them, but let me show you before I put it in there. Okay, so I took one over. Here is another. Lucky number 2. Lucky number 3. Lucky number 4. Lucky number 5. Lucky number 6. Lucky number 7. Eight. And number 9. And now it's time for the pinto beans, and I've got my jars ready. Just like that, they are ready for water. It's time to get the bubbles out, but you know what? I want to show you guys something. There are a few that are floating this time, and I heard they're not supposed to float, so I'm going to just grab those out. Okay, I've got all the floaties out, so now we're going to just use the vinegar that I have here and wipe the lids. These have been debubbled, and the lids have been wiped off with vinegar. Did you notice there is another little bubble right there? So now they're going to get some lids. Okay, they've got their water, they've got their lids, they've been debubbled, they've been wiped with vinegar, and now they're going in the pot. Let's go in the pot. Let's go in the pot. We have a beautiful harmony of browns and blacks. So let's get this top on and let's set this timer. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, so we are at about 6 pressure, and we are going up to 11. So I'm just gonna keep, you know, letting it do what it do. And you can see that this right here is popped up, which indicates there is pressure, which we know is inside of the container and inside of the Presto 23. And honestly, I have not been keeping.
Hello.
Aaron is saying hi. Go ahead and say hi.
Hello.
Anything else you want to say?
We're making beans. We got black beans and some gray beans. We're putting them in pots. We're canning. It's a second time canning. We only canned 2 times.
What did we can the first time?
We canned it.
Wait, let it sit.
We canned it grape. We canned it grape.
White.
White grape apple jelly.
Yes. And we have
And
one
it was
more.
Delicious.
Delicious. And we have one more in the refrigerator. All right, not too close to this.
We got
So yeah,
and
so
the-
it's
and
moving.
the sweet.
It's
Tastes
really
like
sweet.
Sugar.
But let me finish
And I can't
telling.
wait to taste these ones.
These are beans. I don't know if they're going to be sweet, but I hope they're going to be good. So I'm just going to keep going until I get to 11. And then when I get to 11, I'll just kind of turn down if I need to. Just to keep that steady flow there. So I'm just right here by it. And while I'm here, I'm just responding to to a couple of YouTube comments and just messages, and I'm looking at some recipes of what else I want to can. These are the jars. Pretty much all 20 of these are from the jars that I was gifted. So, you know, we're just getting going. 10 cans of, or 9 of the black beans, of the pinto beans, 3 jellies. So, just trying to think about the things I'm going to do next. I've got some carrots that I want to can as well. The Kneady Homestead did that one, and I want to try that one and see what that, you know, looks like. So anyway, I just said a lot, and hopefully you don't think this is too rambly, but I have not been keeping track of the time, because honestly for me time's not the really, it's not really an issue. I mean, I have time, I'm here, I'm home, I'm not working from home anymore, but I'm home with my children, I'm homeschooling, so this is my life, and I just consider this part of my job. As a mom and a wife, and honestly I just want to eat. I care about feeding, being able to feed my kids, and us not being hungry, just to be honest. So my concern is not how long it's taking. My concern is how to make this $1 bean give me a lot of food. Doing a lot with a little. So it's almost there. I was just trying to let you guys kind of be with me when I got that mark. This is so exciting. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and set this timer pretty soon now. All right, I'm back, and I just took my top off. What time is it? Bean time. What time is it? Bean time. So, guys, they are like bubbling away. So let's see, can you see that? There's my first jar, baby. Actually, you know what? Let me put this back. And let me just put one extra towel on here just to be sure. Oh, thank you, I got it. Okay. All right. So, now, let's take a look at these beans. Guys, I really hope these things came out right. No, it would be sad. All right, there's the first one. Each time I can, I learn something different, something new. So it's exciting to see what I've learned each session. Uh-oh, I do see that I had some leakage. Stinks, but you know what? It's okay. You know, I think too, like I said, the hardest part for me was keeping the temperature at 11. It didn't want to stay at 11. Like, no matter what I did, it wanted to keep going to 15. So that's probably one that was leaking, because I can see, you know, the liquid right there. Okay.
That one didn't leak.
So far we've got one, I won't say bad apple. Just say we have one that maybe needed a little extra love. And guess what? That'll be the one we eat tomorrow. Ooh, I hear them popping. Pop, 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 pop. We are canning. We are canning.
That looks a little different.
And these
are the different ones.
Are black beans. So, the first row was my pinto beans. And this row will be my black beans. So, if I see any of these that are, you know, like the other ones, where the water has leaked or something, guess what? We'll have some black beans and pinto beans tomorrow.
I want you dripping.
The bottom ones are actually the ones that are inside of the water. The water is there, so it has a little bit of water in the bottom of it. It's another black bean. So we've got 6 black beans. Black beans all look good. The tops are not as pretty from the one that leaked, but that's the whole thing.
That one looks not. That one doesn't look as good.
That's the whole thing about the right after. You know, once they cool off and stuff, you wipe everything off and rub everything down. So it's okay. It's not a problem at all. Oops. There we go. So that's 8. And the last one. So this was super fun. I hope these are as delicious as I'm anticipating. The Kneady Homestead, she said she didn't put anything in hers. And so I didn't put anything in mine, any seasonings. And I know a friend was asking me, what did I season with? But I didn't season with anything. That way, you know, depending on what I'm cooking, I can just kind of add my own seasonings. But here we go. I'll test them tomorrow when I test that. Oh, you guys hear it? I will test tomorrow when I test that one jar that, you know, was open partially. So, I guess the question is, do I refrigerate that one jar? Or will it be okay? I think I read that it needs to be reprocessed or cooked or frozen within 24 hours. So anyway, I'll look back up again. Either way, we're going to eat those beans tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. But everything looks really good. I'm really happy that I tried this. And so outside of my one can that leaked and kind of got on some of the tops, which again, we wipe off, I can't see anything bad that I would say about that. So I got 18 cans of beans there. One that we'll have sooner than later, and the rest we'll have later. So interesting to see that they're still bubbling and the cans are still popping. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I was so busy talking here that I forgot that normally when I take my stuff out, I kind of just kind of cover it up a little bit. Oh, you hear that sound? Oh my gosh, see, they like to being covered. They like being covered a little bit. I think I have one more over here. So guys, if you can't tell, I'm in love with floral, and I love the Pioneer Woman. So I've got a lot of her stuff over here. Some nice little tea towels, some other little towels. So this is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I won't lie, I love watching canning videos. So nothing like I watch them to the very end, and I watch them when I'm canning. So anyway, this is the end of my video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And the purpose of me sharing this video again is to say that even if you don't have a lot of money, like you know, like I, or like some of the situations that I have been in the past, and just some of the struggles, like let's just be honest, we've had a lot of, you know, financial struggles. We are a large family. And sometimes when you're a large family and you have financial issues, you know, you really have to pare back that budget. And so I remember there have been times where I have fed my family for $50 a week, $35 a week. I have other, I've had other times when I've been blessed to feed my family for $250 a week almost. And right now we're at about $125 a week. So to some that's a lot, to others that's a little, but this is how I make it work. And things like this, paying $2 to get almost 20 cans of beans, that's where it's at. And so I'll be here just continuing to share this journey with you guys. I have a lot of other videos on my channel that would just kind of help financially if you're having like a hard time. But I just want to say, if you are, to be encouraged. And even if you're not having a hard time, for $2, you can have 20 jars on your shelf. So if crap hits the fan, you've got something that you can eat, and you don't have to worry about going to the store and seeing limit two, especially if you have a big family. No, baby, I don't have a limit of 2. I've got 20. Okay, guys. So thank you for watching. I always say you can do a lot with a little, and I am proof of that. And so before I leave, I'm just going to show you guys a mug just because it was here, and I've been talking about my love of floral. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly. And that's from Micah. And that is 6 and 8. Until next time, blessings.